All right, everyone watching, thank you for joining. This week we're going to be doing a stream about a hypothetical Avengers 5 based off a rumor, so we'll get into that. But joining again, as always, we have Marvel Mad.
You're right.
So how are you doing today?
I'm not too bad, my friend. Are you?
Doing well. I'm really excited to share what we've got here. So I just see Res Talk in the chat. Thank you for joining.
Hey, bless him.
Thank you very much for that. So yeah, there's been a rumor circulating. I'll get into that after the icebreaker, but this is all about my version of an Avengers 5 based off of that rumor. So I've come up with a huge outline of a story, and I'm just gonna share it and see what you think. And Res Talk, if you're still in the chat, you can share your thoughts as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what you got, to be honest, because it's, if they do turn to something like this for Avengers 5, it's going to look so damn good.
Yeah, especially with this rumor, I think it does work in a way. At least with the way I've done it, I've kind of molded it into a way that it does work. In my eyes, it was difficult in some ways. You'll see, like I'll explain at the end what was the difficult part of it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'll let you with the icebreaker if you don't mind.
Yeah, what have we got this week?
All right, so who do you think is the most important Avenger going forward?
Ooh.
In terms of who is like the next big Avenger?
Similar on the sort of level
Yeah.
to Iron Man you're talking, isn't you, sort of thing? Ooh. The first one that comes to my mind, and I don't know whether it's because of what's in play with what's going off and everything like that, but myself, I can see it being Doctor Strange, just with all the multiverse stuff, with like just all the different matters that are going off and everything like that, and how he's travelled to different timelines basically and stuff like that. Yeah, my first thought would be Doctor Strange. He's obviously he's already had the multiverse of madness. He's had multiverse things in Spider-Man and that lot. So myself, he's going to be quite a important role because he's gonna know about different bits and bobs anyway now. So to like understand more and then bring the group together, he's going to be the main one to go to. What do you think, Eleanor? Who do you think's going to be the most important Avenger so far going forward? Don't look at me. Look at the people.
Doctor Strange.
You're going to say Doctor Strange. You look at my dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'd have to say
What about
Doctor
yourself,
Strange
Nick?
too. Like, it makes sense with incursions and stuff like that happening. Obviously, the multiverse is going to explode at some point, and he might be the reason, because I know there were rumors when Kang Dynasty was still a thing, and who knows if they kept this, but there was going to be a thing between him and Kang where Kang was going to reveal to the Avengers that Doctor Strange was the reason why the multiverse was going to die, because he's the most powerful, like, I guess, being in the multiverse. Like, they say in Multiverse of Madness that he's the greatest threat to the multiverse.
Yeah.
So then the heroes would be like, wait, do we actually believe this guy? And, like, this guy's been helping us this whole time. Like, we fought Thanos together, and now you're telling us he's the biggest threat to our existence. So there's going to be a whole, like, back and forth between them. But yeah, I think going forward, I don't know if they changed it or not, but he's going to be the key player in whether it's Kang or Doctor Doom or someone.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be an important character for that.
Damn. Right, yeah, I've got a question for you to throw at you for that then. If they brought in the Fantastic Four sooner, would you have said Reed Richards?
Yeah. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope. But again, we'll see where my version of the story goes. I see Res Talk, he says Spider-Man. That would be cool. I could see him playing a big role in the Avengers, like as a member of them. I don't know if he'd be the leader. I could see like Captain America or Captain Marvel kind of leading them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the icebreaker.
Very nice.
All right, so
here we go.
Let's lock in here. So obviously, if you saw the thumbnail, you can see that there's certain characters on there that have not come to the MCU yet. From left to right, you've got... No, I'm going to start from the right, actually, because kind of leads in. You've got Reed Richards. That's a fan art from... I forget the source, but someone made that with Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. You've got Doctor Doom in there, of course, kind of teasing what could be included in this story I've got. And then you've got Annihilus, who is a huge cosmic Marvel villain. This is where the rumor comes into it. So, obviously, Kang Dynasty is no more. Like, Jonathan Majors is out of the role. We have no idea if he's coming... Like, the character is coming back at some point. We don't know if they're recasting, doing a whole new direction with it. But as of now, it looks like he's pushed to the side. Destin Daniel Cretton, who was originally directing the movie, stepped down. He's, like, there's no director or anything attached to it at this point. And
I think they've even just cleared the name off it
it's
as well.
Just
now.
Avengers 5.
It's not even Kang Dynasty anymore. It's just literally Avengers 5.
So after the retooling that they did, they've obviously reconfigured the plans building up to the finale of the Multiverse Saga. They've obviously changed a ton of things. but there's the rumor circulating that Annihilus is coming sooner than we think, and he will be the main villain in Avengers 5. He's the ruler of the negative zone, which is a very important place in the Marvel Comics lore. And in this version, he'll be banished a long time ago, and he has ties to the Celestials. So take these rumors lightly. It's not official in any way.
Yeah.
But I thought this would be awesome. So I created the logo you see in the thumbnail. I created Avengers Annihilation as what the title for this would be. So this is how I envision Avengers Annihilation playing out if Annihilus is the villain. All right. So this obviously would release after the Fantastic Four movie. I mentioned how I envision that movie playing out in our Fantastic Four stream.
Yeah.
So if you didn't watch that, you can check it out on the channel too, and Marvel Mad's channel. I basically just, give my quick thoughts on what I think the story would be. So to me, that movie would end with the team and potentially Doctor Doom or Victor, some form of Doom, being trapped in the negative zone with the Silver Surfer and Galactus, because those were the two characters I think could be playing the villain role in that. And Silver Surfer would obviously become a good guy by the end of it, because he's had time to kind of reason with the Fantastic Four and go through that whole personal journey of you don't always have to serve the big guy to survive. You have a life of your own, take advantage of it. You don't have to be someone's slave, basically.
Yeah.
So the only way to stop Galactus from consuming Earth was to send him to the negative zone. So that's how I think that movie ends. And it engulfed the entire team and the Silver Surfer as well, unintentionally. So they're all being thrown into the negative zone, and they're trapped. And in there, they encounter Annihilus. You don't see it, but we'll get to it. You get some kind of... There's obviously some short history between those characters. So if you fast forward to the present-day MCU, by then this would be around 2025, because the movie would potentially come out in 2025, 26, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So this is where the movie would start. So you see a rift in space that breaks open above Earth, where the original rift in the Fantastic Four movie, where that one closed. So it's opening again outside of Earth, and the Fantastic Four are released with the Silver Surfer, and they come across a Saber watchtower floating outside Earth. So, in the Marvels, there's the space station with Nick Fury and all the agents on it. So they find them, and they take them in, and they're like, who the heck are you guys? So they're released, but Galactus is staying behind for now. For now. That's the key word. All right. So the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer meet Nick Fury and Captain Marvel, and the two of them ask who the team are and who the Silver Surfer is. They explain everything that happened in their own movie. Time is slowed down in the negative zone, so they don't age at all. They look the exact same as they were in the 60s. And then you just have Reed. He's fascinated by all the modern technology they have on the space station. He's like, oh, what is this? What is this? What is that? That's really cool. And then they tell Nick Fury and Captain Marvel about the negative zone. There's an evil warlord that's conquering the realm named Annihilus. And Reed says something like, I still have a friend back there, referencing Doom, who will come back into this soon. So they say Annihilus is coming with the Annihilation Wave. That's his goal. He lives to conquer and devastate anything in his path. And Reed mentions that Galactus is still there as well. And Nick Fury says, who? And then the Silver Surfer steps in and says, he explains who Galactus is, how dangerous he can be if he's released with Annihilus. And then Reed says something like, we thought Galactus was powerful, and trust us, he is. but Annihilus is unlike anything I imagine could ever exist. So they push that they need to prepare for Annihilus's arrival, and they need all the help they can get. So if you can envision what might be happening in this scene, you can hear the music starting to build up, like the dun 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 dun. And then Captain Marvel says, "I know a few people that can help." And then you get the Avengers, and then the title happen, and then it says Annihilation, and then you get the big like music happening in that moment, like at the beginning of all the other movies. That's what I was trying to make, by the way. So, you know, like last week I said I was trying to like make something for this. I couldn't figure it out for some reason, but I was gonna make that with Avengers, and then they would flip and it would say Annihilation. So,
that's a shame.
so that's the first section of the movie. What do you think of that so far?
That sounds really good, to be honest. That's proper building up. You're proper laying the foundation of like what's going to come, what's going to happen, like just like letting like people know how they're coming into the modern day as well and that lot, and just like going, look, some crap's going down, that sort of thing. And I don't know, because you wouldn't. I was going to say I'd like to see if they'd mention anything of like Kang, or has it as a passing sort of thing of like we've dealt with this supposedly big threat, how bad can such and such be now, as the the throwaway joke they have every now and again, that sort of thing. But that is nice. I do quite like it. What do you think, Eleanor?
I think it's good.
It is good. Don't look at me.
I think it's
All right.
good.
Yeah.
So if you're hooked in now, this is where it starts to kick off. So the new Avengers are coming into this. So Captain Marvel travels with Reed and Ben, the Thing, to gather heroes in the fight against Annihilus. So they go to Captain America first. They get a whole interaction. Like, obviously, Reed knew of Captain America existing because in the 60s, Captain America happened in the 40s. So he knew of, like, a super soldier. And he's like, you don't look the same. Who's this? And Sam's like, I'm the new guy. Like, I'm in the role now. He passed it on to me. And then Sam says something like, I used to know a man out of time, as well, referencing Steve and Bucky. And he agrees to help form the new team. So to get the recruits, you get Sam going to Wakanda to recruit Shuri and Namor. They've had some time to kind of reconcile and, grow an alliance with each nation. Carol recruits Hulk and She-Hulk. There's a nerd out moment between Reed and Bruce about science. Like, he's like, oh, you got this here? Like, that's cool. Let me explain, like, stuff like that. And then Reed and Ben themselves track down Ant-Man. And they're only told he's called Scott Lang. And obviously we got Hope Van Dyne as the Wasp too. So they track them down. But when they find them, Reed sees Hank. And he's like, Hank? Like, you're here. So they have a reunion. They knew each other back in the 60s. And they get a whole back and forth. They're like, you look old, Hank. And he's like, well, you don't look too bad yourself, Reed. Because obviously he hasn't aged at all. So after this, like, Carol recruits Doctor Strange, Thor, Shang-Chi, America Chavez, and War Machine. And Sam recruits Bucky, Spider-Man, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, and Yelena Belova. And when he finds Spider-Man, Daredevil is with them because they're working together at the time. And Matt offers to help in any way he can. So he kind of comes along. So this is the birth of the new Avengers, along with the Fantastic Four. So that's the next section. What do you think of the recruits and all of that?
I quite like that. So I'm surprised you didn't put in Ironheart there. Is that intentional or?
Well, we don't know if that's actually coming out or not.
Well, yeah, that is true as well. Yeah, I give that out loud. But no, other than that, I'm very looking forward to that. The whole dynamic of them all will be quite nice to see and everything. Would you think Captain Marvel might bring Valkyrie along as well? Because they look like they had a thing going on in the Marvels and that lot. So I didn't know whether.
I was thinking of doing that, but I thought maybe she's, like, if Thor is involved, then she's probably taking care of New Asgard.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But no, I quite like that.
Like, it would be cool to have her in it, but I think she'd be back in New Asgard, keeping things under
Yeah.
control there.
Oh, okay. And I think we've literally took them all as well, not lot. Because nobody really knows about Moon Knight. So you couldn't really have
No.
Moon Knight come into it. I think there's literally everybody in that lot.
I was even
what
hesitant
about-
putting Daredevil in it because he's like a very grounded hero.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
I say, what about Deadpool? 'Cause surely,
He's kind of a wild card.
you're nodding your head down, right? Bloody hell. All right, okay, I'm sorry. All right. Okay then. But do you think with them coming into the MCU, do you think that wait for Secret Wars, or?
I could see, because obviously they need to build the relationship with the audience to the new Avengers team and the characters that
Okay.
are still in there since the beginning and the new ones. I think this is the one they build that relationship with, and then Secret Wars is where they go all out and everyone's in it.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. I can understand that. Yeah, the characters you said so far sound really good. Now the dynamics between them all as well. Now, be really fascinating. I didn't even think as well of the Reed Richards Hank Pym thing.
Yeah.
Did not even consider that sort of thing. So that would be quite a nice little. Oh crap! Look at that! It's you, sort of thing. That'd be really nice. I gotta admit.
Yeah, Res Talk says not Deadpool. I mean, some could add them into the lineup if they like, but for me, he's out of this one. So, the next section, Annihilus emerges. So that rift opens again. This time it's farther from Earth, and Annihilus escapes. It closes quickly, so he's the only thing that got out of it. But then another one opens closer to Earth, and Doom emerges.
Ooh.
So he's rescued by Saber, and the Silver Surfer is still in space with Saber, so he brings Doom to Earth. So Doom also gets his moment where he's fascinated by the modern technology because he's as, like, if not smarter than Reed. He's like of the same intellectual level.
Because
And
in this as well, you've not had him turn to Doc Doom yet, have you? He's still. Oh, all right, okay.
so he gets a reunion with Reed as all the heroes are gathering at the new Avengers compound. Like, they're all getting together. They're starting to form the team. And Reed turns and he sees the Silver Surfer come in with Victor. And he's like, "You're out now. Like, how'd you get out?" And Doom says something like, "Reed, you have no idea the power I've witnessed. We are so small compared to what's beyond our reach." So Reed realizes that Doom is not the same. He's experienced something that's changed him. And he knows he has an authoritative ideology, and he becomes concerned because they knew each other in the past. So Victor's all about, control. He wants to lead. He wants to be that, like, force, and everyone's beneath him, basically. So Doom says, "There are worlds, countless worlds, that we never knew existed." So this references that the multiverse was introduced to Doom in the Negative Zone. Annihilus obviously mentioned something about it to him. So Doom tells the team that Annihilus left the Negative Zone at the same time he did, and his arrival is imminent. So the team forms the plan. So what do you think of that section with Doom coming into it?
That's quite nice. I see, just seeing him be overwhelmed with the technology, because we know what he could be capable of, and by the sounds of it, he's on that turning point sort of thing. So to see him be like, I'm going to have so much power now that I could use technology far in advance of what you could think of, sort of thing. So to have it there in front of him is like, oh damn, this ain't gonna go down very well, sort of thing. This is gonna get dirty. This is so, yeah, that I really like the sound of. And then just coming, I was surprised he was gonna have him with the Silver Surfer. And I was thinking that when he was in the Negative Zone, he was gonna be turned then, but it's quite nice just to bring it out a bit more so you can, like, turn now, because then you can see the turn happening in front of you, sort of thing, which is quite nice as well. Now,
obviously he's a character that could easily switch like very fast. He could easily snap, but this it's kind of like a slow burn. It's kind of it's building.
Yeah,
So-
it's like methodical. He's methodically putting things together and then just going, right, now's my chance to raise hell, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
that's nice.
So the next section is their first encounter with Annihilus. So Annihilus finds Earth. Captain Marvel goes to investigate an unknown object entering the atmosphere, because obviously Annihilus has passed by the Saber space station, so Nick Fury's like, you've got something coming inbound. So they go to investigate, and she meets Annihilus, and she says something like, we know who you are, leave now or you're going to regret coming here. And Annihilus says, a Kree. I knew the sentries were powerful, but it seems to me that they've outdone themselves with you. And Carol says, I don't belong to the Kree anymore. So Annihilus fires a blast at Carol. She goes flying, and Thor goes to save her. And while that's all happening, Annihilus opens a small portal with his cosmic rod, and a small portion of his army starts to pour through. And they descend to New York City to attack. So the team on the ground reached the city via Quinjets. They all like fly into the city, they all drop down, and they look up and they see there's another alien army coming down. So Doom stays behind at the compound. He's still unstable from exiting the rift. He's like very like shook about it. So it's just the new Avengers team and the Fantastic Four. So I thought this would be a cool reference. War Machine says, "Oh no, not again," referencing another alien invasion on New York, because he was watching that happen in Avengers 1. So Annihilus's army reaches the team, a massive fight breaks out. Annihilus is firing cosmic blasts onto the city, the heroes are fighting back, and there's just a huge battle. So the cosmic rod starts losing power, and Annihilus opens another rift and retreats to the negative zone so he can recharge the rod and gain more power.
Ooh, okay.
So obviously the Avengers finish off what's left of his army that has come through the portal, and Annihilus is gone for now. So they start to... Oh wait, no, is that the next one? Yeah, I'm going to stop there for that section. So that's the end of that sequence where they first encounter Annihilus.
That's really nice. I do like the reference to the very first Avengers film, because that when you were saying about like the army attacking New York and stuff like that sort of thing, that was in my head. The visions I was having of just all the Chitauri flooding down, just destroying New York now. So that would be a really nice nod. So to bring it in a way like full circle back to this is what the first Avengers film was like. We're going to go back to sort of like that, or this annihilation wave, but do it on a grander scale with the army coming through. So that's really nice and that sort of thing. And I do like. I'm glad you not brought in Victor. Yeah, you leave him in the compound, let him still to stew and stuff like that. So I think that's quite nice. And then the War Machine reference as well. Now, he wasn't a part of that first Avengers film mayhem sort of thing. So to have him just there helping this time, that's a really nice touch on that line. It's again that brings his sort of character arc as well full circle.
Yeah.
He was watching it to a point. Now he's actually helping, and he can actually do some good for this one sort of thing. So that's quite nice. That.
All right. So the next one, this is where stuff starts to happen. So the whole team regroups. They go back to the compound. The younger members are wounded, like Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Kate Bishop. They obviously haven't had that experience before, so they're like wounded in some way. And the Silver Surfer's uneasy about the situation, and the heroes think he's hiding something. So he goes into this whole thing. He explains what the cosmic rod is to the team. So it dramatically slows Annihilus's aging. He's a being that has existed since the beginning of the universe. It allows him to open rifts across the universe, and he's trying to break through this reality to annihilate the entire multiverse. So he's getting back at the Celestials who banished him to the negative zone after the birth of the universe. So at the beginning, the Celestials were born, the universe was born, and Annihilus was born. And he was immediately like, screw this, this is stupid, like, I want this all gone. So the Celestials said, nope, we're going to create the negative zone, we're going to throw you into it, and you're stuck. So he can't touch anything. So he was a massive threat for them. And the Silver Surfer adds that Galactus played a role in creating the Cosmic Rod because he is the wielder of the power cosmic. So Reed thinks that the Silver Surfer is the ultimate weapon to defeating Annihilus because the Silver Surfer has that power too. Obviously not as powerful as Galactus, but he does have the power cosmic. So Captain America asks, why attack now? Like, why of all the times is Annihilus attacking now? So he explains that the Fantastic Four's accidental breach into the negative zone proved he could escape. So if something could get in, which he thought was impossible, then he can get out. So obviously he realized, wait, I can escape from here. I thought I was stuck here for eternity, and these beings came in here. So he found a way to escape. So the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, and Galactus were the first things to enter the negative zone since his banishment. That's how long he's been alone in there, with his annihilation wave just waiting. And Doom brings up the multiverse again, mentions someone needs to be in control so monsters don't destroy it. And Reed fires back. He says something like, Victor, no single being should be in control of that much power. And Doom says, allow me to prove you wrong. Strange cuts off their argument and starts to explain incursions. He says, Annihilus's use of the rod and opening rifts across the multiverse could lead to worlds colliding. So it's official now, Annihilus is a multiversal threat. If he keeps opening these rifts between universes, they're going to start to collide, and it doesn't seem like a lot of them are going to survive. So Strange says they need to stop him before he unleashes the annihilation wave and before he starts opening countless rifts. So Doom interjects. He says, I've led my own nation. You know I can do this. And Reed says, you've gone out of control before. I'm sorry, Victor. We can't allow you to do this. Focus on the task at hand. And Victor says, think about it. This multiverse is about to die. I've lived through so much pain and suffering. I can use this power to reshape, that's the key word, the multiverse, so no one has to suffer like I have. And Strange says, Victor, trust me, I understand what you're going through. I've seen many people go through the same thing. I'm telling you now, though, the multiverse shouldn't be ruled by someone with that much trauma. Stand down. And Doom just completely, ignores Strange, and he says, you're supposed to support me, Reed. You're my oldest friend. Please don't do this. And Reed says, if I have to choose between the life of one person or the lives of countless people, you know I can't let you do this. And Doom says, so be it. That's the end of that section there.
That's nice. That's very as well. That reminds me very much of throwing hints at Loki as well. Having somebody control of that much power and that lot. And you could say he's very traumatized as well, sort of thing, of everything. He's watched himself die. He's seen his mother die. He's seen everybody live their life. And now he's basically at the heart of the world.
He has nothing now.
So, yeah, exactly. He's got nothing left.
When you think about in the 60s, obviously he has some kind of control over Latveria. In the future, that's completely changed now. That's over.
Yeah.
50 years have passed since he was last there, and now it's my home is. It's it's
gone.
not what it used to be. I need to be in control of something.
Yeah, that's nice. I say that's really nice. You linking things well with things I didn't think about linking stuff with, so it's quite nice just throwing them little hints out at other things that happen up, and that's what Marvel's been missing for the last last phase and a bit now, just linking things stuff together. So that's really nice, and I quite like that. That's really nice, and that clash between them two is going to just get even more heated and
Just you
hated
wait.
and yeah.
All right. So the next section, Doom's Rage. So Doom uses the tech when he was left back at the compound, he was playing around with some things. So he uses the tech he played with during Annihilus' fight to fight back at Reed and the other heroes. He starts having all these things fly in and start attacking them. And I just thought this would be cool. Hulk says, "This guy created all this? Like, what the heck is this?" And then Reed says, "He's one of the smartest people I know, Bruce. That makes him dangerous."
That's nice.
I see Rez talk. An interesting idea. I just don't like the current Avengers team. I don't find them cool, but I really like it, man. Thank you for the support there. Yeah, I agree. It's going to take time for people to like this new lineup because there are a lot of new characters. But yeah, I appreciate it, Rez talk. So Doom's attacking all the heroes. He ends up suppressing all of them, and you see the armor start flying in, and it's molding on him. So he puts on the armor, and Doctor Doom is born. And he says something like, "You all could have lived, but sadly none of you will see your new god's creation." And he, all the heroes are knocked out. They're just lying everywhere. And he motions to the side, and he sees America Chavez. And he says, you're the one. So he takes America Chavez, he leaves the compound with her, and they steal a Quinjet and they fly to space. The heroes recover. Ant-Man says something like, "What just happened?" And Reed says, "We have to stop him. If we wait too long, we'll be too late." And he says, "Strange, you can create portals, right? Is it possible to bring us all to the negative zone?" And Strange says, "You want us all to go to the negative zone? There's a reason why the Celestials created it. If we go there, we will be met with all of Annihilus's the annihilation wave. Not all of us are going to make it out alive." And then Reed says, "Then we'll avenge them."
Oh.
All good?
We missed that last bit. He went funny then. No. Yeah, we missed that last
All right,
bit.
so Strange says, "If we go there, we will be met with all of Annihilus's annihilation wave. Not all of us are going to make it out alive." And Reed says, "Then we'll avenge them."
Oh.
What's going on here?
Oh, dude. Sorry, I was really lagging then for a minute. We got that bit there. That's nice.
So that's that section.
So they're automatically just saying that people are going to die. There's no.
Well, when you think of the
there's no
annihilation
saying about-
wave, it's massive. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. Oh.
Hold on, I'm just seeing I'm getting some dropped frames. All good?
All good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good, we're all good.
Okay.
So yeah, it is quite big when you think about it. I didn't even think of how overwhelming it could be now. But I like how they're literally just saying, look, if we're going to go here, not everybody's going to make an error, sort of thing. I don't know. Should I say that now or should I say it later on? No, I'll say it now. Not to hint at what you could do later on, but are we saying at least half the team's going to just die in the negative zone? Knew it. Told you.
Ow.
Sorry.
We will see. All right. So is it all good now? There's no more lag or anything?
No, yeah, we're all good now. Yeah, we're all, it's all it seems to have catched up on itself. So yeah, we're all good.
Okay. I'm just looking at the progress bar. I see red. I see yellow. Okay. I think it's all good now. All right. So the next section is their plan of attack. So the heroes plan their assault on the negative zone. One team will focus on finding Doom and distracting him so he can't get to Annihilus. and another team will focus on attacking Annihilus's offenses, like the Annihilation Wave and all that. Sorry, I'm seeing another buffer. All good?
No, I missed that. I missed that last minute a lot.
Right. Can you hear me?
Sorry for the technical issues, people. We're just I can hear you now. It was just a bit stuttery then that lot.
Okay. Okay, so the heroes plan their assault. They got one team going after Doom. They got another going after Annihilus. So they've kind of split off into different plans. They're going to tackle Doom so he doesn't get to Annihilus before it's too late. And they're going to go after Annihilus before the Annihilation Wave breaches his rifts. So I thought this would be a cool thing to add too. The thing says, the spacesuits we were in when we shot out of the rift are damaged. How are we going to survive out there? So Doctor Strange says that the negative zone doesn't have any kind of threatening nature to humans. But Hulk says, there's one thing we can do for you for. You can't go out to battle in those sweaters. So they get updated suits. And then Reed gets his, monumental moment. He says, just before we head out, I want to say a few words. We're the reason we're in this whole situation, referencing Fantastic Four. And he says, I have hope that we can do this. You've all clearly experienced things very similar to this. But so you all know, it will be an honor fighting alongside you. So the Avengers acknowledge Reed's address and praise him as the mission's leader. And Strange opens the portal. So they're all he's got...
Hello from Raz Talks.
Oh.
Just say wave. Say hello. Say hello.
Right, all good still?
Yeah.
All right, so that's that section of the story. So Reed's got his Captain America moment of let's motivate the team kind of thing, and they're starting to go through. All right, so what are your thoughts on that?
That's nice. It's a dangerous play to split them off. I'm quite surprised you split them off like that sort of thing, because last time they sort of split somebody off in that lot, Black Widow ended up dead. So I'm surprised you split them off, especially that early as well in that lot, because that's a proper early sort of point to split them off sort of thing. But I like as well how they've literally automatically put was it Reed, weren't it, as the leader? Yeah, I'm surprised they put him as a leader straight away as well, sort of thing, into this sort of big event, basically. I'm surprised they've gone, go on then. He can be the leader now, especially after not knowing him for so long. I was maybe thinking Doctor Strange would be the leader, something like this, but no, it's quite nice that he's brought that forefront to it and gone, no, I'll take charge, because we've experienced stuff in the negative zone that lot, and I know against this person it'd be a big thing. So I think, just click on Raz Talk's comment. So Nate, would this be a 2-part story? Oh yeah, go on.
So this would be the first part, and then the second part would be Secret Wars. So this is the hypothetical Avengers 5. It used to be Kang Dynasty, but then they're still doing Secret Wars. So that's what this would lead into.
Yeah. Okay. That's changed my thought altogether now. Because I was thinking this should just be like a 3-hour-long movie, but if you're going to lead something up to Secret Wars at the end of this, have that as the theoretical part 2, that's totally changed my way of thinking of it. So, okay. That's just really intrigued me now.
All right. So is the buffering, it's all still good?
It's a bit jarring, but I think we're we're good. We can hear you for the time being. Now, like, we'll soon let you know.
Okay. Because I'm just seeing like the bars. It's like it's jumping all over the place.
Yeah, it's all over the shop at the moment, isn't it? I was making sure somebody went on a phone that lot to make sure it went the internet this side that lot. We're all nuts.
All right. So moving on then. So there's a little sequence between Doom and America Chavez. So they're hovering outside of Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, that's the point as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's the point as well. I'm quite glad you pinched her with her power and that lot. I didn't even think about her power doing that as well. That was really clever play. That was. Didn't even twig about getting that character to be pinched. That was nice.
And you'll see why he chose her. So
Ooh.
So they're hovering outside Earth's atmosphere in the Quinjet. He says something like, "Wake up, child. You will aid me in giving creation to the new worlds." So America wakes up and tries to fight Doom. And he uses his telekinetic suit powers. He like throws her into the side of the Quinjet. And he uses that power to pin her there. And he says, "Don't test me, girl. If you do as I say, you may play a role in leading the new multiverse with me." Obviously, America objects. And Doom forces her harder into the wall. Like she's being pushed like really hard into the wall. And he says, "You will aid me." And the portal opens, triggered by her fear. All good?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. It cut out when you was pushing her against the wall and that lot, and then we heard the "you will aid me."
Okay.
And then the portal opens up. That's quite nice.
So like in Doctor Strange 2, the reason her portal's open is because she's afraid. So I thought that was a cool tie-in to have there. So obviously they step through, and he says, "We have a multiverse to build."
She can't control where she's going either, can she? Now, so it's literally
she knows that's
random. So it literally
she knows that's where he wants to go, so that's why it opens to the negative zone. Because she's like, "Oh my god, if I open it, then he's there. If I open, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it," and then it happens.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's quite nice.
So I thought this would be a cool detail to have. She grabs a breathing apparatus for precaution because she doesn't know that she can breathe there. But obviously everyone else knows it's safe, but she wasn't there to know that, so she grabs like a mask. All right, still good with the connection?
Yeah, it's still a bit. It's a miss, but we'll try and work around that as best we can.
I'm stretching tired.
Okay, so Doom says, "We're early. This is good." And Doom is taken in by the sight of Annihilus's annihilation wave forming like in the distance. He can see the annihilation wave coming together. So while he's taken in by this, America like attacks him from behind. He flies forward, and as he recovers and looks up, he sees a massive portal opening behind America, and she turns around, and the Avengers and Fantastic Four walk out.
That's nice.
And then Doom says, "You don't know when to quit, do you, old friend?" Talking to Reed. And Reed says, "No, Victor, and I never will." And then Captain Marvel says, "Do you want to do the honors?" to Reed. And he says, "Avengers, assemble."
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, that's nice.
And then sorry?
I'm just trying to think. I don't know whether he's actually ever said that in any of the comics or anything like that I've read, to be honest.
With Reed saying it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I thought that was cool to add because he's like a part of the Avengers now in some way. On this scale.
Yeah. That's nice. That's a nice little touch. That would probably really throw people off as well, because that threw me off, to be honest. I was not expecting him to say it, so that is a really nice little touch. That is really nice.
I just
No
thought
way I'd
if
expect that.
he's as important as he is to the story, then I think he should do it.
Yeah.
So the final battle begins. Doctor Strange says, "Avengers, you know your tasks, go." So they all like split off into this portion goes after Annihilus. This one's gonna distract Doom. So as Doom sees one group pass by him to get to Annihilus, he starts to try to attack, but then he gets all this like firepower coming from one side, and his attention is diverted here. Still good?
Yeah. Again, it's flickering, but we still can hear you. We've still got you.
Okay. So the Annihilus focus team begins their attack. Annihilus sees that the Avengers and the Fantastic Four are approaching his ships, and he orders the Annihilation Wave to attack them. So there's a huge fight going on in the negative zone. It's a like huge battle. And while this is happening, Annihilus starts to open the rifts. So multiple universes can be seen, like a bunch of Earths floating around, like some of them are starting to like come together. And the Human Torch says something like,
Or what, for like incursions sort of thing?
basically, yeah.
Oh,
So the Human
sure.
Torch says something like, "Are we dead?" Like he's never seen something like a bunch of planets like coming together like that. He's like, "This can't be real, right?" And Captain Marvel says, "No, not yet, but we can't stop." So the incursions are beginning. So Strange says, "We can't let the rifts open any larger." And after he says this, you hear like a huge like boom, and they all look and they see multiple Earths are like gone, like they're exploding. Everything is coming together, like a bunch of incursions. So Doom sees this, and he's like, he lets out like a yell, like "no," like something like that, and he unleashes a huge energy blast that throws all the heroes around him away, and he starts to rush for Annihilus. So the Annihilus team closes in on him, and they start to engage in a fight. There's like, Annihilus is taking on all these heroes that were tasked on fighting him. So there's cosmic blast being... Oh. Good?
Yeah, it's all right. We'll carry on. You're all good. You're
Okay.
good.
I just saw you pop out, so...
You freeze a bit. We can still hear your voice to a point, so...
Okay. So, yeah, Annihilus is taking on all the heroes that were tasked for getting him, and the Silver Surfer is being beaten by Annihilus, and he was the one that was supposed to be the one that was the ultimate weapon for defeating him. And Silver Surfer says, "Impossible, how?" And Annihilus says, "Galactus is dead. My wave disposed of his body.
Oh, damn!
My Annihilation Wave disposed of his body, and I took the power cosmic all for myself." So he is full of cosmic power at this point. So that's why he's able to open that many rifts at the same time and open them to the point where incursions are happening.
Damn.
So as they're fighting on this platform, a huge green blast like shoots through the platform, and they all start to fall. And Annihilus like recovers, and he looks up, and Doom is like coming towards him, and he says, "Annihilus, you failed to kill me before, you shall fail again." And Annihilus says, "Ah, the angry one, with some upgrades I see." So tying back, like he obviously was like fighting with them in the beginning. So there's an epic fight between Doom and Annihilus. Annihilus creates like a huge like dome like around just the two of them. It's an impenetrable field, so it's just the two of them in there. And like there's a huge fight between them. So all the heroes are forced to just watch. Like the fate of the universe or multiverse lies in this fight right here. So Doom like enraged, is pummeling Annihilus. Like he's like beating him like so much. And they notice the annihilation wave has breached the rifts. So they have gone through. They realize like either the incursions destroy the multiverse or the annihilation wave is going to do it. Like there's no win here. So the heroes realize they've lost, and Reed says, "What have we done?" And Strange says, "There was nothing more we could have done." It was like inevitable that this was going to happen. So Annihilus pushes Doom back with a cosmic blast, and Doom's like knocked over. And Annihilus says, "You're too late, mortal. You and your friends will be non-existent once my army has destroyed this universe. Everything you do now is irrelevant, irreversible." And as he's saying this as he's walking towards Doom. And Doom's on a knee, and he turns around and throws a fist into Annihilus's chest. And he looks him in the eyes and he says, "You know nothing of me, creature." So Annihilus drops the cosmic rod, and Doom says, "I am the multiverse's savior." So the heroes react to what Doom just did. The heroes react to what he just did, and Reed says, "Victor, you're better than this. Don't do it." And Doom says, "Enough, Reed. You've doubted me my whole life. Now it's my turn to show you how powerful I truly am." So Annihilus he's like laughing as he's losing his breath. And Doom turns back to him, looks him in the eyes, and he emits a powerful blast from his gauntlet and fries Annihilus's insides.
We lost that last bit.
Oh, that was the most important one.
Blast.
That was the most.
Oh, bloody hell! we got a powerful blast, and then we lost you.
Okay, so a powerful blast emits from Doom's fists, and it fries Annihilus's insides. So Annihilus is dead.
Jesus, where?
So the heroes are shocked at. Oh yeah,
that
sure.
Right. I got two questions. One, I'm so surprised you got rid of Galactus off screen. Really am. That's a big call. That is. Like, with such a big character like that, I was at least expecting a fight or something like that sort of thing. And then to have it go down to not even any of the Avengers that can decide like the big fight now. Like you've got it with Victor or Doctor Doom and Annihilus. That is a really nice thing as well now. Like literally having them in their own, pretty much like final boss battle sort of thing between themselves.
Yeah.
That is such a nice little touch on. Them two things I did not even consider. And yeah, that is really nice. That's proper risky play. That is. I'd have never even thought of that. That is nice.
I just saw in my head like a huge dome around the two of them, and they're just like, it's a one-on-one. Like everything rests in this fight, and I thought that was gonna be really cool. So that's why I added that.
That's nice. I never would have thought that. Oh, click on that last one, little girl. I love this story. Tell me about it, Rasta. If I told you, if Kevin Feige could watch some of the stuff this lad puts out, my lord, he'd be on the payroll all day long.
Yep.
The comment
Thanks, Restalk, for
the
that.
comment off. Good girl. Yeah, honestly, that sounds so. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Because honestly, some of this stuff is just amazing. That's so out there as well. Not even stuff that I even considered something like that. It's just so nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is the last part. So obviously Annihilus is dead now. The heroes are shocked at what Doom just did. And wait, I just see there's a buffer here. All good still?
Yeah,
Okay.
real good.
So the heroes are shocked at what they just witnessed. Captain America says something like, "Good Lord, like what just happened?" And Doom says, "I'm your lord now, Captain. Your savior, your ruler, your emperor, your god. I am Doom." And he picks up the cosmic rod, and all of the cosmic energy within the rod is absorbed by Doom. It's like when Thanos got all the stones, and it's like all coursing through him. So all of this celestial energy is coursing through his body as he screams in pain. Like, it's like so much power for him to, as a human, take in. So Reed turns to Strange and he says, "What do we do?" And Strange is like shook, like he's frozen. He's like, "What is happening right now?" And Reed's like, "Strange, do something. You need to do something." And as he's doing this, he hears Sue Storm back, like way far away, and she's like shouting Reed to try to get his attention. And he sees Sue is across the battlefield with Johnny and Ben. And Reed's like, no. Like, "Sue, Johnny, Ben, get over here now. You need to come here." And Doom raises his fists, like the new multiverse is born. And all the heroes turn in horror to Doom's impending end of their universe. Like, this is it. And Reed is still like focused on Sue. He's like, "Sue, get over here. You need to come here now." And Strange is like in front of Reed, so he pushes all the heroes that are behind him into this like field. He like encases them in a structure with Reed inside. And Reed is smashing his fists on like the side of it. Like, he's like, "Damn you, Strange, please, like, don't do this." And Doom's fists emit a gigantic bright white light. So like it's a huge explosion. It's like covering everything. And Reed is like shouting, and he sees Sue, Johnny, Ben, Doctor Strange, Namor, Hulk, Daredevil, Thor, Captain Marvel, Bucky, Shang-Chi, and Kate Bishop perish in the light.
Jesus, where?
And then the structure is thrown into darkness. Like, the wave is coming towards him, and the whole structure is like, it just, nothing. And that's how it ends.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord, that's a... Oh, talk about a bleeding gut blow.
You kind of feel like Annihilus,
Wow.
don't you? The fist thrown into your chest and your insides are burned.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, where? I got so much running through my head at the moment. You can't call them off. They've got to come back in the next one. Surely. There's got to be some sort of variant, or that is... No. That's way too many to kill off straight away like that. No way.
So, everyone, like, if you've read the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars, you know, after Doom creates the new multiverse, like Battle World, his own Earth, some of them are already there playing different roles. So everyone outside of that structure that Strange created is a player in his new, like, Earth.
Game, basically.
So obviously I left Sue there, so he gets that opportunity to make her his wife. He gets Johnny Storm to become the sun, and he gets the Thing to become the wall around Castle Doom. And then all the other heroes are just like, obviously you get Thor in there. He has a whole army of Thors. Like, there's a whole army of them. Like, there's a bunch of other heroes that I thought would be cool. And then Strange, obviously, in the comic, he's the one that rescues the heroes that are stuck in that, like, capsule thing. And he brings them out and says, "Doom's up to this, you need to stop him." So Strange had to be one of them that moves into Doom's new Earth.
Hang on. Go away a minute. Shh.
So yeah.
Sorry, say that last bit again. They had the structure, sorry, because the phone
So
went off.
Strange had to be one of the people to be involved in Doom's new Earth, because he's the one that, in the comic, he opens the structure and he tells them that Doom's doing this, you need to stop him. So that's why I threw him in there.
Ah,
And then Reed obviously is a part of that capsule because he discovers Doom has turned his wife into his own wife, and he's like, "You, like, bastard! Like, you just destroyed everything I built."
yeah.
So yeah, that's
That's
how it ends. It's like I can imagine, like, like when Infinity War ended, you're like, "What the heck just happened?" In this, it's like as soon as that explosion reaches Reed, cut to black. That's it.
cut to black. Jeez,
No post-credit scene. Nothing.
that's nice. Similar as well to what they did. I think they had any post-credit scene in the Infinity War as well, did they?
Infinity War was the Nick Fury one where he gets dusted, and then the Captain Marvel reference.
That was it. Yeah. But there wouldn't be any. I don't think there would be anything in between because they're doing it back to back in there. So you have one. I think it's like when it's supposed to be one at the end of the year, then one at the beginning of the year, sort of thing, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
Because
nice.
the other thing you could do, and this was rumored, that at a certain point they're going to have something like this happen where Battle World is created. And there's going to be multiple projects that take place on Battle World to kind of build up that environment and I guess like Doom's... Oh. Popped out again. All good?
No, we missed that last bit and that lot about multiple projects.
But I just still see a red progress bar here. I have a lot of dropped frames right now, so hopefully this turns out okay.
Yeah, it's all over the shop at the moment for me. And that lot. Yeah, we got up to the point where he said multiple projects that are leading to somewhere.
So they would all take place on Battle World, and it would like build up that environment of like this is the new thing that's going to build up to Secret Wars. That's going to reset it all. So I thought that's the opportunity you can do.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that's the story there.
That's so many things running through my head. So many things that lot. I just
so the hardest part about it
is really, really good.
The hardest part was Doom. That was the hardest part of trying to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, it's probably because how well you do the storytelling, to be honest. Because I thought you blended Doom into it just perfectly in that lot, and then the ending with just them, and then him pretty much becoming God Doom, is just perfect. That lot. I literally think that was just so spot on to how you placed everything and just connected everything really well in that lot. It was just. What do you think, Eleanor? Was that something you'd be going to see, to enjoy with that? Not to me, not to the people.
Yes, I would definitely go see it.
It was Nate's story. Nate's the brains of the idea of that lot. So would you say to him?
Thank you.
No.
I like to see it.
Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, I was just. This is why I say you're the Kevin Feige our YouTube lad. Honestly, that was just. That'll be hooking and proper gripping as well, because nobody would have anything like that. That is impactful as when everybody got dusted at the end of Infinity War and that lot.
And I believe that's what you have to do. You have to do it.
Yeah. With some as big as Secret Wars as well, to be the final thing to then restart it all again afterwards. You'd need something that just bang sort of thing. But yeah, that was really good. Really, really good in that lot. And I need to crack out that comic again because I ain't read that in donkeys that lot, and it's so
good. Yeah.
So good. So impactful and just so it's so catching and gripping. Yeah. Good job. Really good job, mate. Honestly, it's how you come up with some of these things is beyond me. I'll be comedic side and just laugh and joke at everything else. You can come up with serious stuff because honestly, like my lord, really good, Really, really good now. Like, if that rumor is true as well, it comes to put your arms down. I can't see a thing. If that rumor does come to true as well, now like, with something on that grand sort of scale of it all, that'd be a brilliant Avengers 5 in that lot. The one thing that I would be worried about is Annihilus there, because I don't know whether many people know about him.
Yeah.
That's the only worry I'd have.
But that's why you build him up as
Because obviously we know about him, obviously, because we read the comics and stuff like that sort of thing. Yeah, exactly that lot. But no, that is just. This is Eleanor, you wanna?
Thank you.
It definitely deserves that. It was just really good, really good, mate. Honestly,
yeah, thank you. I'm like kind of getting your audio kind of delayed because of my frames are still messed up, but
click that last one.
What's this?
Then the soft reboot. For
so
the MCU,
after Secret Wars, that would be the reboot.
Well, to be honest.
So Secret Wars would happen. They'd reset all of that,
definitely.
and then it would restart. I think they have to do it that way.
And then that, to me, but then that's when you'd need to bring the whole line of new X-Men.
Exactly.
If you want to have a new Iron Man or a new Captain America or anything like that, that's when you do it all after that sort of thing. And then just have a new lineup now. I know it's not going to be as good as the originals, but you've got to have that freshness to keep people engaged and stuff. So,
because it's inevitable. People are.
But that's
it's inevitable. People are going to be not as engaged as when Iron Man and Steve Rogers, Captain America, were in the MCU. That's a given. No one's going to connect with these characters the same way they connected with Iron Man and Steve Rogers. So if they reboot, they get the chance to bring the two of them back into it. Even like T'Challa, you get T'Challa back. So
that, for me, that's I know that's going to be a massive tangent for me, and I'll just start ranting that lot. But for me, if they did bring T'Challa back in that lot, that'd save that storyline. Because, to be honest, I'd love to see Shuri get killed in the thing. I won't have no affiliation or anything like that at all in that lot. I'd be gutted that Namor died. I would be gutted on that side in the film, but I wouldn't be gutted for Shuri. Not a chance. There's no connection there. Not how arrogant she was and anything like that sort of thing. There was just no connection. There was no warmth to that character. Like all the other characters you'd said, I would be gutted for them all that lot. But for her, there's just nothing on my end anyway.
Well, I thought she could play an interesting role in the battle world of like a general or enforcer for something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Namor would play a key role in that too.
Ooh. Yes. Wow. Really? I can't. No, I can't. We could discuss that another time, but no. No. Nate knows my feelings towards that second Black Panther film, and it's very lowly regarded. So, even right, back your dad up on this.
What?
When we see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, what did you think of it?
I fell asleep. It was that boring. I could have just walked out, but I decided I would watch the end of it. And I shouldn't have.
I still think it's really good.
Eleanor.
Nope.
I can't.
How?
Don't be cheeky. Bloody hell.
No, I can explain. If you see my
Cheers. I'm sorry, Nate.
if you
I
see
apologise.
if you see my tier list video, I explain.
Yeah. No, I'll show you that because Daddy's watched his tier list video, and you can hear that, yeah. You watch Nate's tier list, and you can explain why he thinks we're good that lot. I think Raz Talks just said again, but
Yes, definitely.
Why is it not showing up?
True.
But for the soft reboot, we need to focus on the.
That's,
Oh yeah,
that
100%.
has to be
Got to,
on their mind
got
right
to,
now.
because for me, that when it comes up to that end sort of thing, it's got to lead in to Avengers vs X-Men for that
Yeah,
side of it all. 100%. That's got to be your end goal for that point, Avengers vs X-Men, and bringing in the Phoenix Force for that, not just having it as the Dark Phoenix and all that sort of thing. You've got to lead it up so that Phoenix Force taking control of the different X-Men and just having that just gigantic conflict and battle now.
yeah,
That'd be
for
really
sure.
good now. But that's another tangent thing we could talk about another time.
So yeah,
But
just
no,
back
yeah.
to Doom trying to
Definitely.
get him in this story. The hardest part was determining, is he Doctor Doom at the end of Fantastic Four? Or is he just Victor? So I decided, make him just Victor and then build him up as a threat in this, like, slowly. And then he becomes the big threat at the end of it, and then he's a key role going forward.
To be honest, I think you've done that really well. Because myself, I don't know why. I've just got it stuck in my head that he's got to be Doom by the end of Fantastic Four. It's just for how iconic he is and just how menacing he is. I've always had that thought of it. It's got to be Doom at the end of Fantastic Four. But with how you've said it and how you've explained the story of how him slowly building up to be that threat at the end of the Avengers film, it'd work both ways, to be honest, doing it like that as well, not like, because it just seeing him go through their motions and just see his mind working at what he can do, what he's seeing, and him grasping at that power that is there for him to grab, and then just going, right, well, if nobody else is going to step in, I'll just do it then, and I'll be the one to conquer all, basically, which is quite nice. And yeah,
but he's
I thought you'd written him in really well, and how there's no way I'd have thought you'd have struggled on that. Not with move it out of the way. Not with how well you've written it. To me, it seemed like you just mind my language. You just pissed through it. You just literally was like, yeah, this way you do, this way you do, done dusted sort of thing. Honestly, so good.
Yeah, I had to rework that a lot, but
you've got a mind of a genius. Oh, really?
I had to. That was the thing. I had to keep going back and I need to kind of rework it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd have said that. You seem that confident in intertwining them into the story. That there's no way I'd have thought you'd struggled. Honestly, you really have done that really well. I do wish, for your sake, some people are watching this to see how bloody clever you are. Some of this stuff, because honestly, my lord.
No, I appreciate it.
No, that's all right, my friend.
Yeah, the thing with Doom, you need to have the interactions between him and Reed fighting back, and
see, I've complimented him and he's
good.
So you throw. I complimented you and you froze on me. You disappeared on me.
Okay, I think. All right, you can hear me.
I can see you. You're all
right.
Good. Yeah, I can see. I can hear you.
The thing you have to include is the interactions between him and Reed. They obviously have a history together, and they start to go down that spiraling, downfall of their friendship. So I wanted to include that in this too, where Doom is trying to prove himself to Reed, he's capable of doing something like this, of being in that much power. And because Doom is just he's insane, but he's also a genius, he's gonna take over that role, that he can rule the multiverse in his way. It's not necessarily going to be the best way, but it's the one he wants, where he's in control of everything. And with his character, he's one of those villains. It's you can sympathize with what he's doing, but the way he carries it out is not like moral. Like it's like Thanos, like he's trying to end universal hunger, but he's killing half of all life to do it. But with Doom, he's like,
You literally took the words out of my mouth then.
so Doom's whole reason behind wanting to do this is so he kind of gets that, like, this is my destiny, like I've fulfilled it, like this was my purpose. That kind of thing.
That's nice. Honestly, yeah, it just, you say you literally took the words out of my mouth. Like, you can understand why Thanos is doing the snap, just wipe half of everything out and have it a bit more of a balanced world and society. And literally, you can understand why Doom's doing it as well now. And like you say, if you know what happens in the comics and stuff, he's trying to gain that bit where he wants Sue to be his.
Well, the only reason he's doing that is to mess with
wants to
Reed.
have total control. Yeah.
He's trying to dismantle everything Reed built up.
Nice.
Like, he's trying to destroy everything he has succeeded doing.
Yeah, and that is just so nice. I can't have complimentary words to say to you, whatever. It literally just, I'd pay money to see that opening night. Honestly, it's so good, so good, my friend. That last, so yeah, great work, great storytelling. Just
Thank you.
absolutely fantastic. And a lot. No, that's all right, and a lot. But we'll leave that there. No go, yeah. And well, as I would say, there won't be no live stream next week because we're gonna have a break for Easter. There's somebody's growing some green fingers and going to plant them some things next week and that lot. So I do hope everybody else has a lovely Easter. I hope, Nate, yourself, if you celebrate it, I hope you have a lovely Easter as well, my friend.
For sure. And you too.
That's right. Thank you very much, my friend, that lot. And yes, we'll just see you all next time in a couple of weeks for another episode on Project Assemble. Check out the episode tonight. We will have a second episode of My GM Mode, where it is Marvel versus DC, WCW versus ECW and that lot. WCW and Marvel are getting their arse handed to them at the moment, so they do need to pick things up and that lot sort of thing. Have you got anything coming on your channel, Nate?
I've got a video dropping on Friday. I want to tease it, but I don't want to give it away. It's like me going through my like MCU that we built. I'm going through each project and I'm breaking down specifics of each project. So the one I have dropping on Friday is Fantastic Four. That kicked it all off. So I'm gonna do that as a series, I think.
Oh, that's very nice. That's really interesting to see. Yeah, definitely go and check Nate's out on Fridays. We're on a lot. I'm really interested to go and see that. And we did, if you want to check out our Marvel projects that we did for the phases and that lot, go and check out them live streams as well. And a lot. I definitely enjoyed listening to Nate's ideas, because obviously Nate's got some brilliant ideas and that lot. And I did quite like myself throwing my hat in the ring for some stories that I brought out and that lot, and shocked Nate with some stuff as well and that lot. So I was quite interested in that. Yeah, go and check them live streams out and that lot. What was that look for?
Nothing.
I thought I had a dodgy look from me then. Right, would you like to say bye then and see you in a couple of weeks?
Bye.
Goodbye.
I won't.
No, you won't. No, you'll be at school, won't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. And I'd say thank you very much for joining us on Project Assemble, and goodbye.